Hey guys, what's going on? It's Chris, aka High Velocity, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about deadband. So, recently I've been messing around with my Tyrannus radio, and I figured out a way to do deadband. I can't remember where I seen it first. I seen it a while back somewhere, and I decided to do a little bit more of an in-depth video on deadband, how to set it up on your Tyrannus. So I'm going to go over that with you guys today. So basically what deadband is it puts dead space at center stick. So where the sticks are resting on your radio, it puts a little bit of dead space on the stick in case your gimbals are wearing out, basically. So you may have noticed that in clean flight, beta flight, or KISS, that the gimbals don't want to perfectly rest at their center point, which would be 1500. Inside the Tyrannus radio, they call it 0.0 is center, and then it goes 100 in each direction by default. So you'll notice inside there that it doesn't always go to 0 or 1500 in the application. And what that'll cause is drift that you don't want. You don't want it to drift at all, and what's even worse is sometimes it doesn't go back to the exact same number. And if you're running really high degrees a second of flip or roll, or running a lot of yaw, what it can happen is it will slowly drift in the direction regardless of what your PID settings are. You can go in and switch up your sub trims or your trims to try to get it closer, but no matter what, it's always going to jump around a little bit here or there, especially if your gimbals are starting to get worn out. So what deadband does is it basically makes the radio ignore those center points. It makes the center bigger. So you have to move the stick a little bit farther. Now, if you set your dead point up properly, you'll not even notice that a change other than the fact of drift is gone. And that's what I'm going to walk over with you guys, or run over with you guys today, is how to set up deadband in a way that it won't physically make your radio feel sloppy or feel like there's dead space, but it will get rid of the drift. So let's hop in and get started on it. Alright, so what you're going to do is you're going to go into your menu and you're going to page over until you get to the curve screen. It'll be page 8. So in the curve screen, you can see I already have some curves set up. What the curve screen is it's a way to set up curves that you can use for anything. You can basically use them on any switch, any stick, pitch, roll, yaw. It can be applied to anything. So it's basically like Expo, only it gives you the ability to kind of make it custom however you want if you choose to. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in and make a custom curve on 3 is what I'm going to use. You can use whatever curve you want, but you're going to go in, you're going to pick which one you want, and you're going to hit enter. Now this is how it will be by default, and what it gives you the ability to do is you can name it. It asks you which type you want to use. It asks you how many points you want to make, which you can see there's 5. And it has what's called smoothing, and this will basically interpolate between each point. So it kind of smooths out each point to make it not, if you only want, say, 5, but you want it to curve smoothly between this and this, turning on smoothing will enable that. But for today, what we're going to do is you're going to change standard to custom. Then you're going to keep it as 5 points, and you're going to go to X. You'll see that you have X and you have the 5 points, and you have Y and the 5 points. X is the point that the stick is physically at, and Y is what the stick will be sending out to your craft. So for X, we're going to want to make 100 or 0.1, negative 100. 0.2, we're going to change to negative 2. 0.3 for X is going to stay at 0. 0.4 for X, you're going to want to make 2. positive 2. And 0.5, you're going to want to be 100. Now, what we're going to go in and do is change Y, which is what the craft will send out when the stick is at this point. So for Y, on point 1, you're going to want to make that negative 100. And you can see the graph drop down to the bottom left corner. For point 2, we're going to leave Y at 0. For point 3, we're going to leave it at 0. And for point 4, we're going to leave it at 0. Point 5, we're going to change that to positive 100. Now you can see that the line jumped up. If you notice, the line has a slight dip, or it's not perfectly straight all the way through. And what this has done is it made it to where the stick has to physically go to negative 2 or positive 2 when you move it before it will start sending out a command. But when it does send out the command, it sends it out completely linearly, like it did before without this curve applied at all. So that's how you set the curve up. This curve can be used for anything, basically on the radio. So now what we're going to go and do is apply all of this to the pitch, roll, and yaw axes. You go back into the menu, and you will go to the input screen. Now I've already set this up on this radio, but as you can see, here are different curves. It shows what curves are being applied to throttle, aileron, elevator, rudder, etc. So what you're going to want to do is you won't have any of these here. It'll just be empty at the time. And what you're wanting to do is going and you're going to want to set these up to use the curve that you made. So if you built your deadband curve on CV1, that's what you would use. If you built it on CV2, etc., you want to use the curve that you built earlier. So what you're going to do to apply that is you'll go to aileron, you'll go to edit, and you'll go down to curves. You'll want to change this to custom. Once you have this changed to custom, you can then go ahead and go over and apply the curve that you want to use, and you'll see the curve here as you made it before. The only difference is now you will see that what the stick is actually at and what the stick is sending out. So this bottom corner shows you what the stick on the radio is physically at the time of. And when you move it, you'll see that go up and down, negative and positive. As you can see here now, it's at negative 0.89, and it'll kind of hover around. If you move the stick around, you can see it hover even more. This on my radio goes anywhere from 0 to 0.2 to negative 0.1, sometimes more. But as you can see, it's mainly around negative 1 or positive 1 as it moves around. If you notice the stick though, as soon as I move it, you can see it commanding the amount up here up top. But it's not fluctuating like this is. It's staying exactly where it's at. And that's how deadband works. Deadband is there to make a dead space on the stick sent out to the craft so that you don't have this fluctuation happening out to your craft. This will get rid of things like drift and twitchiness around center stick. So you're going to want to do that for each and every one of your pitch, roll, and yaw. If you want to get really in depth with it, you can, your yaw stick may be a little bit more worn out, or roll may be a little bit more worn out, and that fluctuating number may be higher. And if that's the case, if it's higher than say 2 or negative 2, then what you're going to want to do is change that curve number to a higher number, like negative 3 and positive 3. So once you've set that curve up and you've determined what you want to change your curve to, you will want to make sure you apply it to aileron, elevator, and rudder, or pitch, roll, and yaw, and apply that curve to all of those things. Alright guys, well that wraps up this video on deadband. So hopefully you guys liked the video and it helped you guys better understand what deadband is and how to set deadband up on your Tyrannus. If you guys like this video, please leave a like, thumbs up. If you guys want to see more videos like this, please leave comments down below in the comment section of what you guys would like to see. I read the comments and I usually respond when I can, so if there's any videos like this that you guys would like to see more of, just go ahead and leave a comment down below. And also don't forget to check out my other videos. I have a bunch of flight videos for FPV as well. Hopefully this season I'll be doing at least one of those a week. And if you like the channel, please subscribe. And yeah, that pretty much wraps us up. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys next time.